Hello gamers, my name is KK and today we are completing the Elite Bloonarius week 10 on the map called Skates. Remember the last time I told you that we had the easiest Bloonarius yet? We have another one that's even easier than the previous week, because today we have one of the simplest maps in the game called Skates. Okay guys, but first press like and subscribe right now so that we can break the YouTube algorithm, and let's see if we can get 3 likes for this video. So we begin with the Dart Monkey and the Submarine. Dart Monkey, you should set him on last so that more of his darts actually hit the target. The Submarine is on first, unchanged. On round 5 you place the Benjamin, and as you can see to the right I placed him into the woods because you don't want to place him anywhere else on the map, because he will consume the precious space that you have here. Skates is a very simple map, but it doesn't have that many awesome farming spots. It has decent ones but not the outstanding ones. Even on the encrypted the last week we had better farming, but today I will demonstrate to you how we can get over this very easily and how we can actually manipulate this kind of map design to our advantage. So as you can see, I started farming and I don't upgrade our defenses up to round 14 or 15. So if you have the mana shields or roll spikes, it does help because you are able to greet more in the early game. If you don't have them, don't be afraid, it's pretty easy as well. What you really want to have is the plus 200 bucks in the early game. It's very convenient monkey knowledge that saves you a lot of time. If you are afraid and if you are behind me, just drop a cash drop and you should be feeling yourself pretty well. Now, we have two farms. By round 16 we afford our first druid. Put him on strong and remember to copy my spots. This is gonna be pretty simple. The last time people struggled a bit with the spots, this time it's not gonna be that hard. Gorgeous. We have 031 druid on strong and we are waiting because on round 25 we will upgrade him up to tier 4 and we will begin our infamous druid farming that makes us a lot of cash. You can easily leak round 24 Bloon, and since we are using Benjamin, it is pretty obvious that we can leak lives in the early game because Benjamin eventually will restore them to the initial 50 lives. Now, we keep on the druid farming. Not only are the druids the good income source for now, but they are also the defenses. They kill the lead balloons that appear on the map, you set them on strong targeting priority, and they also clean up the balloons that come from the game. You might mention that my voice is slightly different because I'm sick right now, so you might my voice will be slightly different, but whatever. So Ninja is not necessary. I placed it as 101 tier to defend the round 33, and Ninja will help us with the round 37 camels. Now, we have 3 druids over the jungle. You prioritize these druids over anything else. If we had the good spots for the farms, we would prioritize to place more farms in range of these guys. But since this is Skates we're talking about, and that's not the perfect map for this one, we are squeezing the best we can from the situation we have at hand. Now, let's freaking go. By round 40 you are aiming to have at least 4 druids of the jungle bounty. If you have 3, it's just fine. Now, what about the tier 1 Bloonarius? In order to start defeating him, you need to have 6 to 7 druids of the jungle. So you don't start dealing damage to him in the beginning, instead you are trying to buy as many druids of the jungle as you can, and you also really need to actually don't pop the balloons in the beginning of the track. As you can see, I intentionally sold my Dart Monkey so that the balloons travel longer path in order to get to my guys. Now, I placed the camo detection submarine on round 40, and now I finally did what I'm saying. So I bought the Ninja Tier 4, I bought the Blade Maelstrom, and I bought the another tech shooter. Remember, it is pretty important to buy 300 village as soon as you can after the Maelstrom, because this village increases the pierce of each blade that you will use in order to pop the ceramic waves. So here I have 6 druids, and with this I bought the tier 3 village and the alchemist. Now, the next step is pretty unconventional, and it's pretty funny because we never use this tower almost ever in any other Bloonarius. It's gonna be the Ice Tower tier 4. Remember to repeat this spot I have. It's gonna be 0, 4, 1. You place the farm on this Ice Tower's range to the right, as you can see, and to the left. After that, you keep on placing more and more druids. And on round 50 through 53, you are looking to place the heli 0, 2, 3. Also, at the end, at the last wave or second last wave, I recommend you to replace the red attack shooter we had at the end with the 302 boomerang. And also, since we have tier 4 Ice Tower, we can actually have the safety net with this ability, because ability is pretty good against the ceramics specifically. And I used both Maelstrom and I used the ability to counter the ceramics. Now it's the most important part of this playthrough. We need to greed hard and we need to get a lot of money. How do we achieve this? Simple, by actually buying the druids, buying the 042 druids or 041. The difference is almost nothing. Now, as you can see, I bought a few more farms. Why do we need those? Because the more farms you have in range of these druids, the more income they generate, of course. And I was able to fit 2 farms to the left with another tier 3 Ice Tower. After that, we lock the heli in place, and our goal is to use 3 abilities of the Druids of the Jungle, of each of them, per round. How do we do this? We make the rounds last longer using the helicopter ability. Gorgeous. Now, we use more Druids. We need to get even greedier. So, as you can see in the bottom right, I bought a few more farms. I replaced my heli spots, and I bought a few more druids. Good. With these, we will actually be fine. So we are looking at the total number between 12 and 18. So I'm pretty sure I had 17 of these druids. And by round 60, you wanna have at least 16 of them. Now, tier 2 Bloonarius. What do? We have 16 jungle druids. Next step is to buy the glaive lord in range of the village we had initially. And after that, we save up for the MAD. As simple as that. We don't buy anything, we don't buy farms, all we use is the druid eco. We get this eco and we abuse the hell out of it. You don't move your heli, you just leave him in the place I have him right now, and you just collect your ability money, more and more, until you afford what I just told you. After you get the pet, you get the overclock 040, and you overclock the MAD, the MET. And now, what else do you want to do here? First, you wanna snipe all the BFBs. So the glaive lord is the cleanup tower, as you might mention, and he is capable of popping everything other than the BFBs and higher tiers. So Moabs, ceramics, whatever, he will pop the infinite waves of these. But if we are talking about the BFBs, the glaive lord might leak some. So what you're aiming for is to use the MAD, manual targeting, to pop all the BFBs. Don't worry about the Moabs though, just BFBs. I highly encourage you to use the same spot I did, because this is a very overpowered spot to snipe the BFBs and you chill. What about the ability of MAD? You use it whenever. You just want to use it constantly to, if you have the Monk Notch, stall the BFBs. If you don't have it, just to deal more damage. Good. You keep on using the ability of the druids, you keep overclocking the MID, and you get the easy win. Now it's the most greedy part of this walkthrough. You sell the MID, you sell the Glaive Lord, and you buy tier 5 bank Monkenomics. I used the druid, or not the druid, the tag bot to activate the ability, but you don't really need to. If you don't have the tag bots, feel free to just activate the ability of the bank manually. Now we have the income of roughly $60,000 per round. And it is amazing. How can we do this? Now, we are preparing to buy our Monkeyiopolis. Monkeyiopolis is pretty important, and this time we will be able to fit 9 farms inside it. So as you can see to the top left, I'm just buying more and more BRFs. Repeat the exact placements that I did, and you will be able to get the same amount of money. Also, remember that if you are struggling with the placements, 8 farms is just fine. So we were able to fit 9, but if you struggle with one of them or something, just fit 8 and you will chill. Good. This time I decided that I really wanna greet, and I wanna greet hard. I don't wanna let the game dictate how I play, so I decided to keep the druids for longer. Generally speaking, you don't really need druids after round 80, so before round 80 you activate the abilities, you generate a ridiculous income, and when you actually go past this round, you can sell them and reinvest into the BRFs and the Banana Central. However, this time I decided to greet some more and to keep them up to round 100. The longer you keep the druids on the map, the more money you have. It's as simple as that. I also used the 240 Spike Factory, and I use the ability only when I activate all of my druid abilities 3 times per round, just to speed up the process of killing the BFB that we already were stalling for quite a while. Only after 3 ability uses, remember. Now we have a ridiculous eco, and what's next? How do we kill tier 3 Bloonarius? It's very simple. You buy MID and you overclock the MID. You constantly target the Bloonarius himself, and you use the Sniper 502 as well as the Ice Tower 502. And at this stage you also wanna keep adding some farms. So what I did is I converted all of my farms that I have near the druids into the marketplaces, because I don't like collecting the bananas from the tier path 1 of the farms, and thus we are making them tier 3, tier 4 third upgrade path. I also upgraded the tier 5 of the Spike Factory, even though it's not necessary, and we have the Glaive Lord as a cleanup, of course. What do you want to do with the DDTs? Because some people might struggle with this one. What you do is you just target them with your MID. It's very simple because MID one-shots these DDTs and you chill. As simple as that, pretty much. We won't struggle. You are gonna kill it before round 91 or so, and remember, manually target the DDTs and we chill. Perfect. Now we keep on greeding a bit, and we are preparing for the tier 4. Tier 4 requires us to have the VTSG. It could be the VTSG, so Vengeful Trusangat, or the regular TSG if you don't have the Monkey Knowledge. But I highly recommend you to get the Vengeful version because it's much stronger. But if you don't have it, don't worry, because you will be able to deal with this even without it. Now we get the maxed out temple, we have the anti-bloon and the Legend of the Night out of range of this temple, and when we save up 540,000 bucks, we afford the VTSG. For the tier 4 Bloonarius, all you need is the VTSG. You just use Homeland Defense and the Hyper Boost Overclock, and I also placed the support temple for our guy. In support temple, as you can mention, I sacrificed both military, primary, and the support. So this is just not just the support temple, it's a temple of everything. And you just kill it in an instant. For the tier 5, you really wanna get a few more towers, not that many. First, the aircraft carrier to buff the Sun Temple because we have it on the water. Second one is the MAD, of course, 2 Paragons, so Dart and Boomerang Paragon, and you are getting the Avatar of Wrath. Other than that, you can fill the water space on the map with the first strikes, but you don't have to. You will be able to kill the Bloonarius just fine because Skates is a very long and easy map, and your VTSG will be doing the majority of the damage. The last time the Dart Paragon was the MVP, but here VTSG is the king as always, pretty much. Okay guys, press like or dislike button right now depending on what you think about this video. See ya in the next one and subscribe now. Also press the bell notifications, because what fucking not. If you enjoyed this video, you're gonna get notified about more awesome BTD content. See ya in the next one.